Hey everybody, it's Captain Trucker. Welcome back to the channel. I got great news today, everybody. After a highly contested election, I'm pleased to announce that I'm officially the president of the International Expat Union. That's right. It's a big responsibility and it's a great honor. And I just want you all to know that I'm going to do my best to serve you. And we're going to make this work together. Before we get into that, I want to show you all a little bit what I've been doing around the house recently, so stay tuned. Yeah, we're going to have to cut some more people off, son. We got to get rid of some more people. That's what it's come down to. Sometimes you can't hold on to every acquaintance and friendship, so it's time to clean shop. I got to go exercise, man. Hey! I'm just being silly. It's a lovely place. I got pavement out front. Zach, we're getting the landscaping done, son. You excited? It was dirt before, but we're getting it all paved. I got my protein shake ready and my amino acids. Get to the chopper! Social media is so nauseating. It really is. I love it, and then I don't like it. I go in these waves, you know. It's quite a thing. It's quite a thing. I couldn't even imagine being one of these, like, you know, mammoth channels that gets like millions of views every month, especially for like a personal type of deal like this, or a life documentary and philosophy and talking about systems of poverty and geo-arbitrage. Yeah, so my phone got fried on the way over here on the airplane, all right? And I didn't have a backup cell phone. Yeah, I've had that phone, man. I think I fried the battery. So I appreciate your help. Salamat po. Yeah, sometimes it's a small vlog. That's okay. I'm trying to only vlog when I'm in a good mood, so I haven't been in a good mood the past few days, so that's okay. And these two guys are the most famous vloggers here. What's his name?
Now this is Alan.
Alan?
And this is Togs.
Okay, welcome back. So I'm not really the president of the International Expat Union. I was just saying that. But anyway, my point is that we are seeing a migration shift slowly in the culture, right? Because historically, expats who come to the Philippines were older retirees. Many of them had pensions. Some of them were affluent in the IT people, white-collar world, kind of people like that. They weren't all like poor, shoestring type of expats, but now we're seeing a sort of a slight shift, I think. We're starting to see younger people come out here, and a lot of the American working class, man. The hard-working people, the people that keep things together, the tradesmen, the truck drivers, the guys up there in Alaska, the people doing rotational work. They're starting to see a way out, man, because people are kind of burnt out by the day-to-day grind in America and housing cost of living in general. The political scene in the U.S. is very polarized, and I just think that people are starting to look outside of the box more, and it's kind of a cool thing to see. Interestingly, I had AI analyze this channel, so we've done about 400 videos now. And to my surprise, the channel really wasn't about the Philippines at all. It's more about freedom, autonomy, fatherhood, and kind of finding those things. That's like really the message of this channel. And like the Philippines was kind of like a background setting of the theme of the channel. And it's just kind of interesting to me that that's what AI concluded. Although the report it made was like 10 pages long, and I thought it was like overly academic. However, it made some interesting points just about, of course, geo-arbitrage, and kind of like even talking about public servants, like we saw Officer Expat, and just people burnt out by the system, people looking for a new life and new ways to live, because the endless grind in America is not cutting it anymore. So you can live out here and you don't have to work your whole life, and you can build houses and stuff like that. That's kind of like what I've been talking about. And one of the biggest keys for, you know, the average American to learn from this experiment is kind of changing the way they think about consumerism, embracing sort of like a minimalistic lifestyle. Those kind of things are going to help expats assimilate to the Philippines culture better and kind of gauging their expectations. Because living your average middle class lifestyle in America for working people, the system's just really not designed in your favor. Probably never was, and it's probably getting worse. So, yeah, geo arbitrage is a big kind of driver behind a lot of this. And I've always said it's like, it's not always the best idea to move to a foreign country just to save money, but that is certainly a part of it. And I do think there's like deeper cultural benefits to learn to learn from living in these types of cultures for sure. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm tired of seeing Americans in debt. I'm tired of seeing my fellow truck drivers and people out there, the people doing the real work, the policemen. I'm tired of seeing these people disrespected. I'm tired of seeing these people not get ahead financially and be trapped. Because it's a horrible way for some, well, not all, but for some people to live, okay? Living in debt, not really getting ahead, keeping up with the Joneses is not your way to freedom, man. It's not people's way to happiness, and it's not even a good way to spend time with your family because, daddy and mommy are stressed out and the kids are left at home. And, 1 in 5 Americans are on psychotropic medication to cope with stress. And there's a lot of strange things going on in the culture, man. Like, America has a serious mental health crisis, they call it. And the whole system, the whole treatment of it is just backwards. And in my opinion, I think a lot of it is just created by the culture. And I think a lot of the solutions are part of the problem. And so, again, it just adds to this vicious cycle that people are in. And the Philippines isn't some perfect paradise either necessarily, but it's what we make it. The Philippines can be like heaven, but it can also be like hell, depending on your expectations, who you get involved with, and your your particular experience here. And that's just the way it goes. So I think that people are going to be okay. I think that we're starting to see a slight migration shift. And I think with younger people coming to this country as tourists, as retirees, I think it would actually maybe better as well for the Philippines culture itself, because I think younger people have a tendency to assimilate better because they're more maybe adaptable, they're more willing to learn new ways of life and learn about simplicity and interconnectedness and Kapwa and thinking in terms of the group and being less individualistic and all those things. Those are good things. And I think that's what younger people are bringing to this country. And I think that it can be a great benefit for both parties, both the Americans and foreigners and Filipinos. But getting out of the system is not so easy. It takes a lot of sacrifice, and you kind of have to rethink about the way you live. Because I know for me, to sort of semi-retired, because I'm not fully retired, but I don't have to work the whole year anymore. Not that I ever did, but it does take some sacrifice. Like for me, I had to sleep in my car for a long time, and then I started sleeping in the truck, and just to save money, really, because income for most working people, that's pretty much the main driving force for people that don't have dozens of thousands of dollars in stocks or home equity. It's kind of like your income is what you're counting on. So for a lot of Americans, again, paying rent, paying for cars they can't afford, gasoline, insurance, subscriptions, and all these things, it's just draining people's banks account, man. So, and like I said, unless people have tons of money in equities and stocks and home equity, people are kind of counting on their income. So if they're constantly living beyond their means or not used to living like a minimalist lifestyle, it's going to be really hard for a lot of these people to get ahead. But some of them are. Some of them are watching channels like this and other channels, and people are starting to think outside of the box. And you can start to find that balance. That's my point, is like, even if you're just a regular person making maybe $15, $20 an hour, you can still live an international lifestyle. You can still get outside of the box. You don't have to be some rich person. You don't have to have a huge pension to semi-retire abroad or go other places. Like, all these things are possible for like the American working class and regular people. And I think that's what we're going to start seeing more. And frankly, I think even the culture of the working class is probably good for the Philippines as well, because I think as we get older, especially as we get older, I think we just lose our patience. And I think we tend to be more grumpy and irritable and entitled and all those things. And like I said, I just think younger people, are, especially people who are humbled by really hard work in life, I think they tend to be more adaptable, and I think they can assimilate to the culture better. That's just the way I see it. So to wrap it up, everybody, I want to thank you all again for voting me as the president of the International Expat Union. I'm here to offer my services, my help, and I really appreciate everybody who watches the channel. And I'm excited, man, because I think that we're going to see a change. I think we're seeing positive things come our way. And don't lose hope. If you're out there, if you're back in America watching this video, if you want to get outside of the system, if you're frustrated, if you're in debt, just know that there's always options. There's always a way out. And you don't have to live life inside of the script. You know, you can live by your own autonomy and your own freedom. You just have to make it happen. You got to be willing to make certain sacrifices. But we're here to support you. Our channel has a great support system. And again, thank everybody for watching and all the people that support the channel. It's Captain Trucker. Share your thoughts and comments. As always, God bless. Be good. Bye-bye.